Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Matt and this is Augie. As you can see, he's up here again. And welcome back to our channel. This is NBC Stitcher and today is Sunday, November 8th, and this is Flosstube episode number 14. I've also just filmed a book video, so that'll be coming out I think after this one. I'm going to release this one first and then we'll have the other one. It's been a minute. It's been about 5 weeks since I did my last video. I didn't intend for it to take that long, but it did. Work has been crazy, and I've stitched a lot, but the last couple weeks I haven't had as much but I had a lot before that anyway. And then stuff keeps coming in because I keep buying it. So there's quite a bit to talk about and to go through. And then that's pretty much it. So, as I said, there's a separate book talk that'll be coming out after this one that I've already filmed. So I have to do a little bit editing because I realized I was telling a spoiler as quite a bit into it, and I realized, oh crap, that is a complete spoiler for the series. So I have to fix that. But I've got a couple FFOs. A new start, and I had another new start that is already sent off to be part of something that is a gift, so I won't show that yet. I will show it later once I have pictures of it, so I'll show it, and hopefully I'll get a picture of like the complete thing, so I can show you guys that as well once it's received. Okay. Another thing. Next Sunday, I'm going to be on interview with a Flosstuber on Sam Stitch's channel, Becca, who I'm doing the Owl Be Stitching Sal with. So anytime I stitch on an owl project, I've had that hashtag. It's open-ended. We both started something new for it, but any other thing that I have that I put an owl on it, I'm using that hashtag. Basically, Becca and I both really like owls, and if we wanted an idea of what other projects out there that have owls in it, so if you put that in there, then we get a chance to see that. And if you like owls, you can follow the hashtag and see what other things that you might want to stitch. So let's start with the first finish, and this is a FFO. I don't have any non-FFOs with me. This is Trans Wizard's Welcome by Abby Tot Not Stitcher. She released this a couple months ago. I've shown it like stitched, but I did finish it into a wrapped around canvas, and then I put this on my bookshelf in front of the Harry Potter books, just like several other people have been doing to commemorate the importance of keeping an aspect of something that we love alive, even though the author has done horrible things now. I talked about it before, but this is a piece of Be Stitch Me fabric that I got in a grab bag. It may be Evil Queen, I'm not sure, or it's similar to that. And then I used DMC Etoile in a light blue, pink, and blanc so that it is sparkly, but it's hard to see on this. That was pretty quick, easy to stitch up, and I really enjoyed it. You can get that, I think it's still on Abby's Instagram. You can find the chart there. She has it posted, or she did. And then I got the... I think I showed this last time. So this is a seahorse, a geometric seahorse that I did earlier this year. And I changed all the colors from the charted to match what I have in my bathroom. It is kind of, I still like it. I still love it. And I'm going to keep it. I think this was the first time that I kind of like recharted something completely. And I wish I had paid more attention to, it wasn't really like a one color to another color gradient. The original chart had like 3 different colors and then like a light, medium, dark, And so if I had done that, I would have probably had a little bit more of the coral and like adjusted it a little bit, but I still really like it. It looks great. It's gonna, it's in my bathroom and it's great. This frame, I talked about it last time when I had got it. So it is you frame it in a hoop and then you put the hoop in the frame. So you can see the way it does that. These are great. I love it. But she's closing her store, so you can't get them anymore. I didn't realize that until I had ordered it, and it was on the website. I just didn't pay attention to it. But okay, bye. Those are really cool. So I hope somebody else maybe picks that up or something similar comes out. That's really a nice way to be able to frame something in a hoop. And add something else to it besides just the hoop itself, which I like hoop finishes too. I mean, hello. But okay, so let's do new starts first. So I am doing. I'm gonna know where did the rest of it go. Hold on. So this is a little bit of Happy Mail and a new start. So I am a follower of the Steel City Stitchers and all the girls on their Instagrams. And Jody, who has been dyeing fabric and has been selling it through Fire Poppies, is a fabric wizard, and she had made this fabric and put up, she was trying a new technique and something like that, and so she put it up on Instagram and was like, what would you stitch on this? And I said, I would stitch a Batman pattern, and I did a link to one that I found on Etsy, which I really do like. It's kind of it's like the silhouette of Batman, but it's words of, through it. So it's not solid. And because I saw this pattern and it just made me think of those like glass window things that are like at the top of roofs that Batman's like crashing through, or that was my thought. Or like Arkham Asylum type of thing. That was my initial thought. And I was like, oh yeah, I would definitely do that. And because she was like, what would you do it? I'll pick a winner and then I'll send them a cut of fabric. I just was like, oh yeah, that's what I would do on it. And she sent me a message like, hey, I need your address because I'm going to send it to you. What kind of fabric do you want? And what was the count, or what color are you thinking? It's like, oh, cool. So she sent it to me. It was in the mail. And she sent me a great card. I love her. Jody's amazing. And when it was coming, Autumn Lane Stitchery did their release of their Potions and Spell pattern, which is one of the two witches that they did this last month, or in October. And I don't know that I have a picture of it. I have the cover picture, yeah. Potions and Spells. So this is what came out. And I was like, that fabric would be perfect. I mean, yeah, Batman would be great. But I was like, this, to me, like this would be great. And you would be able to have, because it kind of looks like, she's kind of in like a old style building, and, that kind of, again, the glass kind of look to it, like little tiny panes and that kind of thing. That's what it made me think of it. So I was like, I'm going to start that. But I was like, I don't know how big, what Jody's sending me, if I'll be able to do both. I'm going to wait. And then I got it and I was like, it's big enough. I can do half of it. It's going to be Potions and Spells, and I can still have enough to do Batman on the other half. So I've started Potions and Spells by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I also have a Batman needle minder because I'm keeping him around since I'm not actually starting that Batman piece yet. I did buy it on Etsy, but I have not started it. I am doing a color conversion. This is my own color conversion to electric blue. The charted is a seafoam green kind of, this is the like spell magic swirly. I love blue, and so that's why I am doing it in blue instead of the seafoam. And I picked out some DMC, and one of them is actually a Silks for You that I'm using for my Castles in the Air, and I just pulled a couple strands off of that hank, and that should be enough for me to do this. This is 32 count Lugana by Jody, the wizard, and then I'm doing it 2/1, and yeah, full cross. So I have really been enjoying this. I've got a good chunk of the witch done down here, and the swirl and the broom. So this was my fall, autumn, Halloween-y start this year. And so I'm gonna still probably work on this, but there's Christmas stuff and other things that are happening that it's probably gonna spend a little bit of time back in the shelf and not necessarily being stitched on every week, but I still really like it. And I'm excited to keep this going and hopefully get this closer, if not done, by next Halloween. So that's the goal. Okay, next up, we'll just do this. This is Hello Dear by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'm doing this on 18 count Ada and Harold by Picture This Plus. As you can see, I got the robin done and some other things around it, and we're in a, well, actually I don't have the robin done, there's some white to do, but everything else is done on him. This is kind of, I'm working on it, but I'm not trying to stay caught up with everything else. There's just too much stuff to do. So I have been keeping this near one of my, like, spots, and I work on it when I kind of am over that way. So I really enjoy this. I did Hello Pumpkin in 18 count Ada, and I want to do the other 2 seasons when they come out also at 18 count Ada, but I like having some kind of like bold fabric. I did restart this as I talked about last time, but I'm really liking the Herald. I think it's a great color on this. And, okay, I did a little bit of work on my Ink Circles Elemental Dragons, and I'm working on Earth, and I have, this is what it'll look like. Oops. Let's see. So, I've got the center done and one of the corners, and then I'm kind of working my way, well, wait. Yeah, I've been working on this to kind of build this out and kind of go this way is kind of where I've been going. But I am really, really happy with this. This is on 40 count for doll by Be Stitch Me in Earth, the colorway, and then the I'm using Foliage by Weeks Dye Works is the floss that I'm using. 1/1 full cross. It's really nice. I had to redo one of these dragons. I had him over here, and so I had to pick him out and put him back. But I'm really enjoying it and excited to get some more progress on this. It's coming along pretty well. I've really been enjoying it, and I am going to finish it before I do the other 3 dragons. So I've kind of, this year it's been a lot of like figuring out, I've started a lot of things more than I've ever started before. I have more things going, but I'm not working on everything all the time. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't feel stressed by that. Like, I see that pile or that shelf full of stuff that I'm like, well, yeah, I could work on those. And I'm like, but I just want to work on whatever I want to work on. so it doesn't bother me that I have like so many whips, which I don't know the actual number. But I kind of want like maybe to find some way to like kind of either have, I'm trying to play around with maybe for next year doing a sort of rotation or trying to figure something out. I've liked having kind of like monthly goals if I want to get this far on this project, and that has been easier to keep up with than always work on this kind of project this day, or this day of the week, or this day of the month. And so maybe I'll kind of work on that as a way to kind of prioritize it. But I have several different things by Ink Circles going, and I like having like one or two that I'm really working on because there's just so many. I know Coffee Stitcher has talked about if he has more than one of the same designer, he gets really bored with it. I don't really feel like I'm bored with both of them, but I only really want to focus on a couple or one at a time from a designer. And I think that's fine. I may start other things, but it's not going to be one that either it's going to get the focus or I'm going to switch back to something else and keep focusing on the other one for that kind of project. So anyway, I'm playing around with what I want to do for next year and kind of get going on that. Okay, next up is another Sal, and this is the Hundreds of Owls Sal by Owl Forest Embroidery. This is their second year of doing a free stitch along. They're releasing each week. It comes out every Friday. You go to their website. It's the same place you downloaded the last one. Download it again. It's got all the parts together. You don't have to worry about missing one, or at least I haven't so far. I've missed one, and then like the next one, it has everything. So you're kind of going to be good. And then I think when it's done, you'll have all of it in one spot. So I am still on part one because it's a big owl, and I have not spent a whole lot of time on this one. I worked up here a little bit more and did these little doodads and some kind of more of the base of the owl there. But this is on 40 count Verdal again, and this is in Tree Hugger, also by Bee Stitch Me, and I am doing this 1/1 with the called for DMC. There is a thread set from Owl Forest for this. They look gorgeous. Stitchy Aardvark on Instagram, Kate, she is doing it when she has the threads from Russia, and it's gorgeous. They look amazing. I like the DMC too. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gonna like restart it or something like that. I really like the DMC, but those threads are gorgeous. So I think maybe in the future, if there's going to be a project, or I may want to get a kit from them for that, for if there's something else that I want to do. But yeah, so I just spent a little bit of time, I think part of a Friday night, and then the next on the weekend maybe I did a little bit more. Okay, next up is one of my 2 Christmas presents that I still have to finish. So I am doing, let me get this. Okay, so this is Santa Nutcracker from Satsuma Street. It's a Nutcracker themed ornament on perforated paper. I got most of the stitching done. I've still got a little bit more of the tree to do. And then beadwork. So I'm doing pretty good. I've got to get this done and then finished. I think this will be easier to finish. I'm not that worried about it because growing up I did my aunt did plastic canvas needlepoint, and it's kind of similar to that. I mean, it's different because you're making an X versus just a half stitch, but it seems like that kind of the way it is. But I got the kit from Jody from Satsuma Street, and she mailed it to me. I have another one too. It's another Nutcracker. It's the Nutcracker King. So these kits are great. It's got everything in it, all the beads, everything you need. there's enough floss. There was a couple, I think it was the white that I did 4 strands, but most of it I've done 2 strands. I just wanted that a little extra depth to it, so I added that in for those. So I had to add a little bit extra white to be able to do that. But otherwise, I haven't had any problem of running out of thread or anything like that, so they're great. She emailed me, or messaged me, and said, it looks like some of the kits that I sent out didn't have a good beading needle with them. I was like, oh, I've got beading needles, so don't worry about it. You don't need to send me anything. But it was very nice to get an email that was like, hey, I noticed something may be wrong with my product. I'd be happy to send you something to help with that. And getting that from somebody is nice versus just somebody who knows that there's something wrong with their product and then doesn't do anything to fix it, or doesn't reach out to their people that they have bought from them. So again, I really like it. So I think I talked about this before, but last year I did a whole bunch of Christmas presents that were stitching for lots of different people in my family, and some people at work. And this year I was like, I am not doing that, because November and December just turned into stitching to like finish stuff that I had to do, and I didn't want to do that. So I had that piece, which was new, and then I have a piece that I didn't finish last year that is my other Christmas present that I'm trying to finish. I thought about finishing it for my grandmother's birthday in August, and then I didn't get to it. So I'm actually pretty close now, so I think I'll get it done. But this is, Hydrangea in Bloom, and this is by Dimensions. It's one of the gold collection, little petites. This is the picture of it. It is full coverage. There's a lot of background that's like half stitches, and there's a lot of 2 strands, 1 strand, kind of different things. But I'll take this, moved it down a little bit from the Q-snap, but I have pretty much of all the stitching done. I do have some beading to do. There's some beads that go in the centers of some of the flowers, and I'm doing some of the back stitching around the flowers up there. And that's pretty much it. So there's like 4 different colors of backstitch in the flowers, depending on what flower what color it is. So I have done 1, and I'm working my way through the other 3. It may just be 3, but I've done 1, and there's a couple others to do, and then beading up there, and that's pretty much it. So I'm pretty sure I'll get this done, hopefully, for Christmas. And I've already got a frame and everything, so I hope it'll be pretty straightforward, and I should be able to get it put together and get that to my grandmother for Christmas. So, which we're not doing anything in person because of everything for Thanksgiving or Christmas. So we'll see. We don't know what that's fully going to look like, but nobody's coming into town. My grandmother lives here. My grandparents, this is my stepdad's parents. They live here in town. They live about a mile south of me. So we're doing... And I'm going to do something with my parents for Thanksgiving, but we're not doing like a full family with my grandparents or my aunt and uncle that also live here. My aunt and uncle are actually going to Austin, which is where my cousin, one of their son, lives. So they're going to be out of town for Thanksgiving, and then we'll do something like maybe virtually or something, but we're not going to do a big family get together, because if we could do stuff outside, we would do that. We've done that in the past, but if the weather is not likely to be good, because it's November and Oklahoma, it could be cold or yucky. So, but we'll see. Okay, so I've got 3 more whips to go through. So this is, I can do that. Okay, so this is Blueberry by Singy Stitch. She's on Etsy. Rachel Moore is her name. She's great. I love all of her patterns. She has Blueberry, and then Watermelon is another one that she has. They're really pretty, and I really like them. So I am here working on her dress. I filled in quite a bit of her dress since then. I've also come down here and done her shoes. There is some treasure braid down here in the pink. You do like one strand of DMC and then a strand of the pink treasure braid, and so I've been doing that, filled that up, and then I'm pretty much working up. The Hydrangea is on 18 count Ada. It's what came with the kit. I think it's like a cream. It was just whatever came with it. And I think I did the other ones. The ornament is perforated paper. It's 14 count perforated paper in gold. Also what came with the kit. This is 32 count African Daisy by Witchelt. I love Joblin. And this is a great fabric to work with. I love it. I think the blue is looking great. I think it's gonna just be amazing. I'm really excited. I love this piece. I'm in Virtual Stitchers and often do that Friday nights or different times. And one of the other people that's on there is always like, Matt, are you stitching on her again? Like, okay, I wasn't this weekend because I was like, no, I've got Christmas stuff to do. I've got to finish this stuff. But then, oh, what is this you're talking about? So then I pull her out and I like show everybody. But I didn't actually stitch on her in the last week, a couple of weeks, because I wasn't on 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Moved the Q-snap around a little bit, and I'm kind of working my way up the dress, and kind of out is the plan. So this is the edge of this. And then the background, you can see, is all back stitching or black work, different, like 2 strands, 1 strand, and like that. So I think that'll be pretty quick. Well, not quick, but you know, I'm excited to do something like that. I've done some back stitching. I don't mind doing back stitching. But yeah, so I'm excited to get that, keep this going. She's gonna take a while. I do like her a lot. She's simpler than Amira as far as like the complexity of like her dress. There's only 4 colors, but I really like them, and it's really nice to be able to like if I just want to mindlessly stitch, I pick this color and I just go up. I know that there's no other colors in here, and it's ready. I can just go, and it'll be gorgeous, and I am very happy with this project and really like it. I want to do the watermelon one after this, and if she does other ones, I hope she does some more fruit themed ladies or men. I'll stitch a man, which brings me into my next piece, which is one of my Heaven and Earth designs. This was the other one that I restarted last time, and you got to see it. This is so the pattern is called Intimate Encounter, and it is by Heaven and Earth Design is who charted it, and the where does it go? Oh, come on. There it is. Okay. Sandra Santera is the name of the artist. So that gives you an idea of what it is. And Weasley Stitches, Drew Weasley, he was looking for it. It's not, I haven't seen it on Heaven and Earth's website. It may still be one. It does have one of the DMC colors that she's redoing. So that may be why it's not on the website at the moment. It may be in the future. Or for whatever reason, it's not on there anymore. I don't know. So I don't know about how you could get it if you wanted it, aside from contacting Michelle and asking her about it. It wasn't one of the like limited editions, as far as I know. I didn't look at it in limited edition or anything like that. It was just I was looking through and I found it. It has not been updated. It's not on the list of like updated ones that she's finished updating. Those were in popularity, so it may not be as popular as a lot of the other ones. I mean, I think it is because it's, subject matter I like, but, I'm not the majority of the cross-stitch world. So this is where I got to. So we've got part of a hand that you can see now. I've been kind of doing in a 20 wide diagonal, and I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch on 28 count easy guide or easy grid Lugana. So I really loved this. This is definitely the count and style that I plan to do my other full coverages like this on. It's just, I get really good coverage. It's really easy to work with. And so I've kind of, my like method or whatever is I go through a diagonal and I generally work from the bottom up. And wherever I've got parked stuff, I go through wherever I can in that diagonal to some extent. When it gets really big, I'm not gonna like if I have a color down here and it's also up here, I'm gonna start a new thread to do this one. I'll park this one in the next spot down here. But within that 20 wide diagonal, I do what I can, and then I park it in the next one. And then once I have everything no longer parked in here, I go back and start new threads and work from the bottom up and fill in and park into the next spot. And that's been going pretty well. So I really like it. And I have multiple needle binders here to, because the way I do it, like when I finish this group, when they're parked out here, they'll be wrapped around this one. And then I kind of like work my way up. So that kind of helps me keep them in a space where they're not getting in my way and I can still figure out what I need. So I love this one. I'm over 3,000 stitches. Yes. I didn't actually look recently, but yes, I am over 3,000 stitches. So this is when I had restarted last time. I had a good chunk of it done last time too, but yeah, I've been really enjoying this one, and I got fabric and I have it ready to restart. I'm restarting my Once Upon a Fairy Tale as well on this kind of fabric, and to do it this way versus 1/1 full cross on 25, which was my old one, which I still like, but this is faster and I need to see progress, or I'm not going to want to do these. So that's where I am on this one. And then we have one left. So this is the Dark Queen of the Sea Sal by Autumn Lane, and I am behind. I did not get her finished. I've got just a little bit left to fill in, and of her abdominal area, tummy, whatever you want to call it, and then up here, and then the next part is up here. It's the boobies and the arms, and yeah, I'm going to be doing it the covered boobies, I guess we'll call it that. The pattern is designed in two ways, with no coverings, so boobs, and then with like the same kind of like the pink scaly coverings. I don't think I would hang up, well, there's not a lot of naked ladies in my house, ever. So I'm not going to add a naked mermaid to my house to put up on the wall. If it was a dude, you bet I would be having, I don't think they would be covered because, we have different social norms about that, unfortunately. But it's just, it's art, and you know, you put up the art that you like, or you do the art, you make it the way you want to make it. I don't have any problem with the way it is done. I think it is normal. I think it looks good. I think Aaron did a great job of designing it, and I think that, you know, whatever his artistic choices, that's how he designed it and how he wanted to do it. Now, remember, this is the two different versions of it are because Cassandra wanted it one way and Leslie wanted it the other way. And you can do either, you can do neither and do your own version. But it is, I mean, there's artistic choices, and you got to figure out what you want to do. But it's not really fair to, like, criticize him of, oh, well, and these hands look weird, and this is all out of proportion, and you know, I saw some stuff in the Facebook group that is just not needed. So to the point where Aaron had to do a post to clarify things and to show that no, it's not out of proportion, because when you see where you have the rest of the body, this is what it's going to look like, and you know, it makes it a little bit easier. But I know Coffee Stitcher was talking about it, and we were talking about it on Instagram Messenger, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do the boobs. It's not my thing. You know, there's not a lot of naked ladies in my house, and I'm not going to add one now. But if you want a naked lady in your house, you want a naked mermaid, or boobs out, go for it, if that's what you want. If it was a dude, I'd have his boobs out, you know, we'd have that. So, but that's like personal taste and personal style and whatever, you know, you gotta decide what you're gonna do about it. I mean, hell, look at what I just showed you. I mean, obviously, if it's the right subject matter, I have no problem with doing something like that and putting it up. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do, what's good for you. But it's not okay to criticize somebody for their choices or for, you know, a different way it's done. So, and I know, I don't know, well, I've seen a lot of people that have done posted it on Instagram and stuff that as they're finishing it, and they have stickers over the boobs. It's not actual boobs, so you can show it. I mean, you can do it without it. You're not going to be censored on Instagram, I don't think, because there's a lot of art of penises and boobs and stuff, drawings and things that are just there and they're not censored. And it's just because it's not real. Oh, there's a hawk outside. Sorry. We had a owl out there a few weeks ago, and I showed it I Instagrammed about it. But we've got a hawk that is hanging out, and there's some other birds that are around him, kind of looks like they're starting to there's some blue jays or something that are hey, make sure everybody knows what's going on. Sorry. Okay, so that's the end of the stitching. So I have haul. I have a lot of haul because I do not know how to stop buying things. Although I have slowed down, so I may have something coming. I know I have. First of all, I want to say, well, no. Yes, I do. Okay, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so first of all, let's do, I ordered from somebody new. So I have seen her talked about on several things and seen her, Cassandra loves her fabric from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I've seen other people talk about her floss, and she had some stuff, I don't know, it was one of the Stitch Box things, but this is hand dyed by Rolanda, and she's out of Canada, and her shop is on Etsy. So I bought a piece of fabric from her. This is 32 count Jobelin, and it's all just, there's not names for her stuff. It's just all individual, this is how it comes. But she has a really great technique of making it very I want to call it like watercolor like, just the way it's, I mean, it looks like, I don't know, it just doesn't look like a lot of other stuff, but there's a really beautiful blend of different colors here. I really love this. I'm excited to do something with it. And yeah, so I think it'll be great. And yeah, I am very excited to try somebody else new and to get, I have no idea what I'm doing. Probably a Mira or something like that. It would be a great color to do that with. Okay. Sorry for the crinkly. I forgot to take these out. Okay. So, and I didn't need to do these. So I got my fabric of the month from Fortnite Fabrics. This last, well, it was last, or early this week. It was like Monday maybe. So I get 32 count Lugana, and I get one of the color and one of the neutral. So this is the color this month, this was for October. This is Marigold, and it's a beautiful yellow. They've done they did 2 other yellows. There was like a daffodil, which has like orange in it, and then which I'm doing my Miss Cherry Blossom on, and then they did another yellow that's like a bright yellow, and this is a little bit more, not muted, well, maybe muted, yeah, but it's a great color. I really like it. I'm excited to do something on it, but I have no idea what. So I think if you were going to do blueberry, this would be a good choice. If you wanted to do it on something like this, that would be a good one. It's kind of similar to that African Daisy by Witchell. So, and then the other one that I got, oh, I skipped, sorry, to go back, Hand Dyed by Rolanda. I also got a few of her floss. This is cotton. I wanted to try this red, and then I added these blues because I love blue, and I wanted to try. But she does hand-dyed floss, cotton, and silk. And so I bought a couple of these. I think I might use this for the Fire Ink Circles dragon, the Elemental Dragon Fire. But I'm not sure, I haven't decided. I just pick a few things, and then when I'm ready to start it, I'll decide what I'm gonna do. And then, okay, the other one, oh no, did we lose? Here it is. Okay, so this is Hedgehog. This is the neutral. It's a nice, just light tan, parchmenty look neutral to it. That's pretty good. Also, 32 count Lugana. I don't know, I haven't watched their new video that came out yesterday, Friday, one of those. They're doing some different for their fabric clubs next year. So I think that'll be interesting. I want to see what is going on there, what they're doing. I'm figuring out what I want to change or, for next year. So they talked about it on Stitch Mania, the talk show, a few months ago, but they are definitely doing something new. Oh, I forgot that. Okay. I made an order from 123 Stitch a couple weeks ago, and that came in. I ordered some more Herald by Picture This Plus and 18 count Ada. Just another 8th, 12 by 17. I really like this fabric color, so I think I wanted to have some more to put back in my stash since I used the other one. And then I ordered Mystic, also an 18 count Ada, which is another Picture This Plus fabric, which I really like this color. I have a piece of it. I got a fat half because I have a long dog that I want to do on this. If you've seen Do Bears, it's a beautiful, I don't have a picture of it, but this is what I want to do with it. And then, or this is the fabric, and then I have a white silk that I'm going to use with it. So I thought this would be a great, the fabric is really standing out, and then the white silk will be a great way to do that. And I think the long dogs, so the one I've started, I have a few. The one I have started is Castles in the Air. And I know a lot of people have done that on 18 count Ada. A lot of people do Huntress. I think it's a deep purple looking one that is really gorgeous, and they've done like a white or a natural or a cream colored floss with it, and that looks really good. What was I gonna say? So I like that, and there's some black work, but there's not like, or some like back stitching, but there's no half stitches or fractional stitches that you would have to do, like, you'd need like the over 2 to be able to do it easily, and you don't have to split the threads. And then there's also, I like having you have 2 threads for the main crosses and then 1 for the other stuff, to give that a little bit of difference between the stuff that is just like, if you're just using 1 thread over everything. So the 18 count is like a nice sweet spot where I like having 2 threads using 2 strands on 18 count to give you a nice chunky look to it. And Picture This Plus, it gets tiny with theirs, but I have been using 2 strands on my Hello Dear, and I've really loved it, so I think it'll work. And so yeah, I think it'll be great. And I ordered also another piece. This is Lagoon. I hadn't ordered this before, but I wanted another like green. This is 16 count. Yeah, that's 18. But I did get, so this is it's a nice green with a little bit of like tan modeling to it, which is nice. I like that. I also ordered a bunch of beads because I needed some more beads for some projects. I ordered some Kreinik because I needed it for something. Amira or something. I think it may be Miss Christmas Eve, I think, because I want to start that this Christmas season. And I also ordered some treasure braid because there wasn't like a direct, whatever I was ordering it for, there wasn't like a good or a great conversion. And so I wanted to get I wanted to get the original, and I wanted to try something and see which I want to use, and then I'll have the other for stash. And I ordered the Raven Queen by Mirabilia, by Nora Corbett, and I have been eyeing this one for a while, and so I wanted to pick her up before she disappears at some point. They do that. And let's see. Oh, that's right. Okay. I think that's it for that one. Hold on. Yes. Okay. So I ordered from Fire Poppies, most of which was DMC, and I just put that in the project that it goes for. But I did order a piece of Jody's fabric from Fire Poppies. This is called Walled Green Lugana 32 count. Also gorgeous. I mean, that's just amazing. So I think there's still some stuff, and she's been doing different counts and different things, different colors. Check it out, Fire Poppies. They have a lot of other fabric too, so it's not just Jody's stuff there. But if you search for Steel City, that's the Jody fabric. So you can check her out on there. And it was really great, so I really like it. Okay, where do I want to go next? Let's do this one. Okay, so I got my nest egg, and I do Threadworks and the 20-yard skeins, and we're in the Seas, so I got my monthly supply of new things to play around with. Okay, so this is Castle Rock, and it's a nice like taupe to light tan color to it. Then this one is 10131. This is called Captain Jack, and it is a blue to green and white. There's kind of a little bit of everything in there. It's pretty. And then we've got 10091, which is Caribbean Shores. So this is a nice, like, really light green color to it. It's really pretty. And then 1098, this is Cherry Garcia. So this is a purple cherry kind of color to it, and then to light tan taupe kind of color to it. And then 11621, and this is Cat's Eye. So this is like a gold, yellow kind of tan color to it, kind of like a cat's eye, which is the name. 1038, this is Cherry Cola. So we've got, it's like that purple color like Cherry Garcia, but it kind of goes to like a more of a darker taupe. Or kind of like a Coca-Cola color. It's dark, it's lighter than that, but that's the kind of effect that it gives me. And then 1005, Cherries, which is that color, which is gorgeous. And then 10343, this is Cayenne pepper, sorry. Cayenne pepper. It's a nice orangey color to it, light variegation to it, but it's nice. You know, there's definitely, it's lighter than a lot of the other ones. Okay, 1035. This is Cherry Vanilla. So you've got the cherry color, it's a little lighter, and then it goes to like a lighter cream color to it. So you've kind of got a little bit of different versions of that, some of those. 1151. And this is Camel Hair. So you've got a nice, like, I would call this like a taupey brown to a brown, but a nice, it's not really like if you think of like a camel jacket, it's not that color. It's a little bit browner than that. It's not as yellow or gold as that kind of color, but it's really nice. I like them. I'm happy to be building my stash up of those. Okay, let's do Mrs. Sadis next. Okay, so I ordered from Mrs. Sadis. I ordered one Hank, I ordered Darling, which I have a little mini skein of it. It's a gorgeous blue to teal color. Which is a little darker on the picture than it is in person. But I am planning to do this with a piece of fabric that I think is on its way now, so you'll see it in the next video from Brandy. I'm going to do the New Normal, which is another long dog. It's one that came out recently, and I think I went with a 16 count Ada in autumn. So that, like, you know, yeah, I think it's autumn. Yeah, the like caramel, red, green, blue kind of, there's a different mix to it with this on top of it. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So I did get, I needed big enough, so I got a fat half of the fabric, and then I got a hank here. But I think it's going to be gorgeous. So I will show that again when I get the fabric, and you can see all that. I did order a few other of her little mini skeins. So I was ordering stuff, and I think she sent me, popcorn. Yeah, that was the one. And then she threw in a little extra one. So this is Hydrangea, which is the nice purpley light blue. This is Copper. This is Popcorn, which is a nice, it's a teal to pink, little red in it, and then a little cream that one she threw in. Then this is Damasco, which is a pink to like a gray, like a charcoal gray. And then this is Sienna, which is a nice fall color of oranges, yellows, and browns. So those are all good. I liked having, in case I want to do another project or something where I need a full hank or something, I like having a little mini skein. Also, I could use this in something else. So this was kind of just a little stash builder since I'm already ordering something from her and it's coming from Spain. I didn't want to just, no thing can travel alone. So she sent me that. And then I think she sent me a needle minder too, but I think I put it on my board. So I don't have that to show. Okay, I have not actually, not this week, but 2 weeks ago and the week before that were both Friday night fight nights on Brandy. And I didn't buy anything. I forgot one of them, and the other one I was like, well, actually I forgot both of them. But I can wait. And yeah, but before that, I did see one. I did participate, and I got a couple things. So I bought a piece of 32 count Lugana in Frost, which is a beautiful light blue. I love this colorway. I have a couple other pieces in it. I thought this one was gorgeous, and I will definitely find something to stitch on it. So we know Matt likes blue shirt, blue, well, it doesn't really look blue, but those are blue. And yeah, so I'll definitely find something. And then this one doesn't have a name. But this is a 32 count Lugana, and it's a nice light neutral color. Yeah, a little bit of modeling to it, but a nice, cream, but a little darker than a cream, I think. So I liked having something another neutral to pick from if I need something like that, depending on the project. And then this is my fabric of the month that I also got from her. This is for October. This is Escape, and it's also a 32 count Lugana. And oh my God, I love this fabric. This is gorgeous. I don't know how she does it, but it's amazing. I think I might need to ask her. Well, I don't know if we can order this on her website, but you may be able to do a special order probably. But like I think this would look great in a sparkly. What am I thinking? It's on the thing. Opal, yeah, an opalescent color to it, especially like if you were doing like a space or something, or like, I don't know, something. There's definitely, maybe, if you didn't want to do a dark color, but that Bella Filipina Miyuki, I think, the moon goddess, if you wanted to do like a super dark but also sparkly fabric, something like this could really, that might work. Well, I don't know, you'd have to look at the colors. I'm just spitballing here, so don't trust me. But maybe something like that, or something where you're kind of like trying to get a space effect, but you don't want to go super dark, because stitching on really dark things is not fun. And then I entered her giveaways, and I got a pattern, which is like the second time in a row that I've gotten a pattern. And I got Ink Circle's Big Redship of Life, which is giant and huge. And I did want it. I did want it. I don't enter all of them. I only enter the ones that I was like, I would actually use that, or I would actually stitch that at some point. And I love Tracy Horner and all of the stuff that she does, and I think this would be great to do. This is not on my radar anytime soon, but yeah, she's done, because there's Big Red Ship of Life, there's moderately sized Ship of Life, and I think there's like a small, there's a newer one there's 3 different red ships of life, and I'm excited to do that at some point. So, or maybe there's a giant and then big and moderate. I don't know. Okay, last up, and I'm not going to take these out of the thing. So I ordered from Silks For You. There's another silk dyer in, she's in Australia. And she does a thing, I've ordered from her before, a couple hanks before. One I use in my Castles in the Air, and the other one, I don't really work on that project, but I picked out a couple of, like, I'm going to do something with these, and I wanted to do, and she does a thing where if you order 5 hanks, which is a lot, I know, but if you order 5, you get a 6th one for free. And you just tell her in the comments, like, I would like this one too. So her shop came back up, they got their supply back, and they were dying again, and they were ready to do international shipping. And so I got several hanks. I did take this one out, so I'll show this one. So I bought one of the, she has a couple different versions of like a pride or like a rainbow type of color to it, and so I got this one. I thought this was really pretty. There's not much yellow in it, but it's very, I really like it. So this was one that I got, and that is PR167. It's the number. There's not names to them, or at least I don't think there are. And then I got PR39, which is a nice blue to purple, light blue to like a light purple, kind of like a hydrangea-y color maybe. I ordered, this is PR106. So this is a nice, it goes from like a taupe or like a cream. There's not a, hold on, maybe I will do this. Does that make it better maybe? You get a better idea. I don't want to take them out of the package because the numbers on them, it's only on the package. So I should have made tags and done that. And then this is PR95, which is like an electric blue to like a electric green, lime green color to it. Let's see that. It's really pretty. And then I got PR136. So this is a green. It goes from like a dark green to like a lighter green. Kind of like a foresty look to it. And then I got white. This is the one that I'm going to use with the Mystic to do bears at some point. Because, well, in this house we like bears. So we're just going to leave it at that and go from there. Okay, so that's everything. It's a lot. I'm sorry. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the stitching. And that's all the stuff. My plans for the next few weeks, I don't know, maybe I'll do next week. I may try to do like a Friday night quick video. I did that a few weeks ago, and that was nice to do, and it was easy to get it in. Because usually, unless there's something that like happens, I typically get out of the office a little before 5 on Friday, and so that gives me a little extra time on Fridays if there's not something else going on. So I'm gonna try to do that and maybe do like a shorter version, just because I'm still playing around with this, and we'll see. I mean, I don't think we talked about it on the video with Rebecca, but I did talk about it with her. Well, you know that I do want to say, and I should have put this up front. I'm sorry. I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed, has commented, all of that stuff. I really appreciate it. Engaged with me on Instagram, all of that. I wanted to do this to get to know more people in the stitching community, and I've really been able to do that, and I really appreciate that. I'm not trying to, I don't even pay attention to what my I mean, I do look at the subscribers at some point, like how many they are, but I don't really care about that. I'm more interested about getting to know people and the engagement part. But I do appreciate everybody that has done that and has, commented, subscribed, liked my videos, because that gets it out there that more people will see them. But I'm not trying to create a new revenue stream for myself or anything like that. I don't know that many floss tubers are, except for some few of them that have a lot of, they fit an area that they really have an ability to meet that kind of market and to do something like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. And I'm not as consistent as a lot of other people are, and so that doesn't help with the algorithm and everything. But I appreciate everybody that comes back and watches my videos and comments on them, and keep up the good stitching and all of that. So I thank you for all of that, and I'm gonna film another video right after this, and I'm gonna talk about a thing. Well, I was watching Michelle Bendy's live stream Thursday night, and she was talking about some different things, and a topic came up that I kind of wanted to discuss from the lawyer side, the legal side of it. And it's kind of, I'm going to do a separate video that talks about that. And so that'll be, it's not this is not a political thing. There's a political aspect of it because everything has a political aspect to it. That's not my intention. I wanted to talk about this topic as we learned about it in law school, and kind of the way the law has changed even in those 7 years since I learned about this and where it is now. It changed a big chunk the year that we learned about it, or at least the next year when the court released its decisions. So I wanted to kind of just talk about that and give you my perspective of how I see it, and how the law, the implications of it and that kind of stuff. So that'll be separate. But I did want to say, this is Sunday after it's been announced that we will have a new president in the United States, that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be the new president and vice president of the United States, and effective January 20th. I'm sure there will be legal battles. There already have been. Much of them, as far as I know, have been dismissed by the court so far because there's just not evidence of anything. The counting is still happening. There's not certified. There's still outstanding stuff, and I'm not saying that we're going to, that's going to, there's not an official, it's happened. And number 45 has certainly not conceded. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what, I'm sure there will be legal stuff, but I am optimistic and I'm hopeful. I was also very happy to watch a national address by somebody last night that really gave me a lot of hope and inspired me for the future. I know that politics is not something, I've talked about it some, but it's not a big thing that I bring up on here. And I'm going to go with one of my favorites. Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. And I really, truly believe that we as a country are better when we work with the other side and we figure out things where we to compromise, and we do that. Now, the Senate is still in play. We don't know how that's going to, it won't be finished until January when there's runoffs in Georgia for the 2 Senate seats. And that will do a lot. We will see what happens. But honestly, even if the Senate flips, it's not going to be a huge, it's going to be difficult. And it is a great opportunity for the Democrats to reach out and to govern with the other side and to engage with them. And I think particularly Joe Biden is immensely prepared to do something like that, to govern that way, because of his history and his prior work in the Senate as one of the people that was able to make bipartisan things happen. Now, a lot of things have happened in our legislature and the practices and what has been okayed and what's not okay in the last several decades, and it's not the same place it was when Joe Biden was a senator. But we cannot afford to have even if we win completely, we cannot afford to just beat the other side into submission. That is not there. One thing that we learned from the election results is that there are certainly a lot of people that there's a good chunk of people that believe everything that 45 says for whatever reason. And then there's a lot of people that voted for him that don't necessarily like him, but unlike 2016, I don't know that they really dislike Joe. I think it's more that they vote that way, they think that's better for the economy, they have their issues that they want to vote that way, that's why they're voting that way, whatever. But there are ways to work with those kinds of people, and those people that are elected, to work on issues, to get them to come together on certain things and to pass legislation. We haven't really passed major legislation in a long time because there's just gridlock, and we can't afford to wait until we have absolute power to do whatever we want. We have to move some way, we have to get something done, and we have to continue to govern, or we're not going to be able to keep governing. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to do that. Now, I don't like anything that they did, or I think we are really messed up because of the cramming through of a new justice into the Supreme Court, and that's going to have huge, long consequences, and I don't even know what that's going to look like. And I'm not just because we now have a Democratic president-elect does not mean that there are not going to be issues that will dramatically impact people like me. And there was a decision by the court from October, where 2 justices said, maybe we should reconsider that whole marriage equality decision we handed down a few years ago. They didn't agree with it then, and they are calling for it to essentially be overturned now. It's like, because it's really getting too far. We really can't, we're really encroaching onto people's ability to believe what they want to if we allow the gays to get married. And it's just like, that's the danger that people like me are afraid of, and that's why we have a big, I don't know how many times it was, oh, how do you feel about this person being crammed into the Supreme Court? And I was like, well, it was nice having rights for the few years that we did. I don't know what that's going to turn out to look like. I hope it doesn't actually end up being that our rights are being taken away. It could, and that's why. But even in face of all of that, I want to be better than those people, those politicians that were trying to do whatever they could to get whatever they can. And we have a way to reach out and to work with the other side, and I hope that the leadership will do that, and I hope that the other side's leadership will be receptive to getting some things done. That is what I think is what needs to happen. I don't know that it will. I don't know that there will be the will to do it from the other side or from our side. I don't know, but that's what I would like to see. somebody was, I had the thought, I didn't really express this or like think it fully out, but I was like, well, you know, if they get the majority, maybe we just add another justice and make it a 10 justice court. Not, I mean, it's court packing sort of, but if we make them equal of the so-called like sides, which actually you'd probably have to add more than one, but theoretically, if you had like equal number of justices, then they can only make a real decision if there's a majority. And so if there's only 10 of them, and, you know, if it's a 5-5 decision every time, there's never going to be any new laws from the Supreme Court. So they're going to incentivize, well, maybe we can move, I'll agree with you on this, or I'll agree with you on that. And and I want to stress this, still today, the majority of the decisions of the United States Supreme Court are unanimous or very close thereto. The 5-4 decisions come out a lot, or they were, on big issues and different things, but of the 100 or so decisions that get released every year, the majority of them are unanimous or very close to it. And so the branch has functioned in a way that is not, it's been political at times, but it's also been apolitical. And there's certain aspects that each justice does differently. They don't necessarily align with a political belief or a group of people that would vote for them if they were being elected. But I don't know what the future is going to be like. It's kind of crazy. So I've been really happy. I know lots of other people are not happy. But I am hopeful for the future, and I'm ready to see what happens and to get moving on to the next phase. But that's pretty much it for me and my little rant here at the end. But those of you that stick around, you might get to see that, you know, how that works. And that's pretty much it. So, all right, everybody, have a good one. Bye.